Honorable Senators, I propose the question that the National Assembly amendments to the Startup Bill, Senate Bills number 14 of 2022, be now considered. Senator Osotsi.
I'm actually waiting.
His name needs to be removed from the dashboard. Senator Crystal Kegehia Sige, this was your bill. You can contribute to it.
Thank you very much, Speaker. I would like to, first of all, give my hearty gratitude to the Trade Committee, which has considered the amendments to the Startup Bill, which have come from the National Assembly. I want to really commend the work that they've done. It's, from what I have read from the amendments of National Assembly, there were quite a few amendments that they have proposed to the bill, and through the chair of Trade Committee, Senator for Kwale County, and the vice chair who has just moved this motion. Chair, I want to thank them sincerely. Sorry, Speaker, I want to thank them sincerely. Speaker, you will know that I'm the sponsor of the bill. I had tabled it, as Vice Chair has said, back in 2023, and it's taken quite a long journey to come to this point. And I have also looked at the report that has been made by the Trade Committee in the Senate to the amendments, and I want to agree with and support wholly with the suggestions that they have made to the Startup Bill. Speaker, it would really hurt this House if we carried on and supported the amendments in full that the Assembly have made and suggested to us, because then that would mean in the end our functions as a Senate would be moot. And that, of course, would remove any kind of responsibility or function or mandate to the Senate if we were to agree in full with these amendments that have been made and proposed. Speaker, rejecting or removing the function of the CEC at the county level would really tear down at the spirit in which I wrote and drafted and pushed for this particular bill. So that, for me, I agree with. And also removing the function of the registrar, whereby startups are able to go get themselves registered so that they can get the support that many of the amendments or many of the clauses that I have put in the bill, they would have enjoyed. Then again, it becomes a really big issue for us as a Senate, as a House, to see ourselves represented and to see ourselves as having a say or a task, any kind of task within this bill, Speaker. So, of course, there are some in the report from the Trade Committee that have approved some of the amendments that National Assembly put forth, which I also want to agree with. I want to trust that the Senate Committee on Trade and Industrialization have gone through every single clause and really deliberated and articulated the issues for or against each one. And I have no problem with the ones they have said should carry on as amended by the National Assembly. However, as the Majority Leader has rightfully said, for the ones that we do want to reject from the National Assembly, that will trigger a mediation process. Speaker, we want to be able to have this mediation process move as smoothly as possible. So if at this point already I can plead with my Senate colleagues to start talking to our members of Parliament and our colleagues in the other House and explain to them that if we go by every single one of their amendments, then we will have no place in this bill. I, as the sponsor of the bill, will have no place in the bill. And of course, at the end of the day, the people who are the stakeholders, the young people, our business owners, our innovators, our entrepreneurs, our science and research fellows across the country, they'll be the ones to suffer, Speaker, because this is what this bill speaks to. It speaks to trying to solve the problem of unemployment, because as young people, we are trying to say that if we're not going to get employed, then we might as well create employment and become the employer. And that's the spirit of the startup bill, Speaker. And if we continue down the route that has been suggested by the National Assembly, then I'm afraid that this will not have a positive consequence on the people that it's supposed to serve, which is young people and entrepreneurs across the country. So, Speaker, in short, I would like to support the report by our Trade Committee and encourage and plead and beseech the rest of the House to vote no to the National Assembly amendments because, as has been said, we are not in full agreement at this very moment. It will trigger a mediation process, and in that process, we can all sit down, members from each side of the House, or from each House, pardon me, and we can sit down and hash out what is critical that needs to remain to have both houses a mandate not to be removed from the bill, and also what can be done away with at this point, Speaker. At the end of the day, we need to remember that we're not here to serve ourselves or a piece of paper, but all we are doing is to serve young people and entrepreneurs across the country so that they can look for gainful and meaningful employment, as well as contribute to the innovation and to our economy as young people and as individuals with their fantastic ideas. We need to create an environment that is conducive to them. We need to be able to support in capacity building through the different hubs that are being suggested through the bill that I put forward, to have funding, support them at their startup level with all kinds of training and seed funding to their ideas and innovations, Speaker, and all of that is within this bill. So the sooner we get to the mediation process, the sooner we agree on both sides from both sides of Parliament, and the sooner we come back and vote on this bill to be passed, then the sooner we are going to support our young people across the country. And I, for one, feel that that should be our bottom line. And that is my bottom line, to listen, to oversight, and to articulate so that we can legislate fully and effectively for the people that we're here to serve. I support and I thank you.
Thank you, Senator Christo. There are no other senators willing to contribute, so I'll call upon the mover to reply.
Honorable Speaker, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 66-3 to request that we defer putting of the question to a later date. Thank you.
The putting of the question is deferred to a later date. Next order. I will now take this opportunity to reorganize the order paper. Next.
Order number 25, the Technopolis Bill, National Assembly Bills number 6 of 2024, second reading.
Majority Leader.
Thank you,
proceed.
Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I beg to move that the Technopolis Bill, National Assembly Bill number 6 of 2024, be now read a second time. Madam Speaker, this bill, the Technopolis Bill, was published in the Kenya Gazette Supplement number 30 of 2024, dated on the 2nd of February 2024, and passed by the National Assembly actually in the month of December last year, after which it was referred to this House in the month of February, and our committee has done some fairly good job on it, listened to stakeholders. Madam Speaker, our aspirations as a country to be the regional and perhaps even challenge global leaders in the technology space, Madam Speaker, is not a secret. Over the years, there are many things that even world-renowned tech giants have visited this country actually to learn a thing or two about the things that we do as a country. And in the use of technology, Madam Speaker, despite the fact that we have many other challenges, Madam Speaker, has helped many people create businesses. There are many young people today, Madam Speaker, who, in the absence of the technological innovative space that exists in this country, will actually be jobless. And, Madam Speaker, therefore, as policy makers, as legislators, we must always strive to find ways in which we continue to work hard and make ourselves respectable global leaders. At least on the African continent, Madam Speaker, I know for a fact that very few nations will hold a candle to us in this particular space, where it's regard to IT startups, Madam Speaker, or even at the very basic level, Madam Speaker, availability of internet services, Madam Speaker, through the broadband superhighway across the country. You understand, Madam Speaker, because you were Secretary General of UDA at that particular time, that part of our 5 key agendas is actually the digital superhighway, Madam Speaker, to lay over 100,000 kilometers of cable across the country so that people can easily access internet. Because you understand that there are many young people who actually draw or learn, Madam Speaker, or run their businesses, Madam Speaker, through the internet space. And it is important, Madam Speaker, to ensure that this is provided for, and we do things that encourage this innovation. I am only disappointed, Madam Speaker, in the fact that as we speak today, this bill will actually be responding to only one of the digital hubs at that very high level that has been set up in the country, which is the Konza Technopolis, Madam Speaker. It would have been my hope and appreciation if similar campuses will be replicated. I've had opportunity when I served in the ICT committee in my first term in this Senate, Madam Speaker, to actually visit 2 what you would refer to as a proper digital hub. One is the Panasonic Center in Tokyo, Japan, and 2, Madam Speaker, I forget the exact name, Madam Speaker, of a particular city in China, but it was within that particular space that I began to appreciate what exactly such developments as a Konza Development Center, Madam Speaker, IT Development Center, Madam Speaker, would do and contribute in terms of business opportunity to this country. And we must always strive and find ways through which we strengthen and provide them with a legal framework, Madam Speaker, so that they are able to invest, Madam Speaker, and attract actually investment. People can come and set up their businesses here. You understand, Madam Speaker, that last year, when the President visited the United States of America, there are quite a number of IT firms that expressed desire and interest to come and study and understand this Kenyan technology space and why it continues to be a trailblazer on the continent, Madam Speaker. But there are many things that held them back from investing. Of course, Madam Speaker, the space to work on, the very harboring, actually, cost of power, Madam Speaker. It's something that provided a significant challenge to many of them, because if you work and look into this technological space, Madam Speaker, you provide the conducive environment for these companies to come and set up their businesses. Remember, this is a space that is extremely competitive. If you expect them to buy even something as simple as power at the same cost, Madam Speaker, with another industry that manufactures cement and the rest, they will not compete and they will never find us attractive. That's why you're creating this authority, so that, Madam Speaker, at that Konza Technopolis, it's one of the Vision 2030 projects that as a country, if we are able actually to set it the level that it was envisioned in the year 2005, Madam Speaker, when it was first launched, Madam Speaker, then we can say actually that we have ticked part of the items that we signed up for in the year 2005 as a country. You know, the unfortunate thing about us, Madam Speaker, is that there is an obsession almost by every administration to try and recreate a new program and put in the energy of the things that they feel this is what will be known more about. But I must appreciate, Madam Speaker, that at least there are things that we are continuing to try and improve and make better that go date as far back as 2 administrations before this. And I must appreciate that about the administration of the day, Madam Speaker. Otherwise, if you had taken the path of saying that we ignore what others did because we will not get the political clout about it, Madam Speaker, and the things that are being said. You know, a leader, Madam Speaker, must do the right thing either way. Whether you're praised or not praised, right remains to be the right thing. You know, last week I saw comments when there was a video that was done about Nairobi River and what the restoration program that is being done. There were comments. If you read the comments down the line, people are saying, oh, this was initiated by the previous administration, and so on and forth. It doesn't matter. Just do the right thing at the end of the day. And I believe that needs to be the guiding spirit on many of projects that have been initiated, were well-meaning, and if they had been properly funded, Madam Speaker, will have caused significant change in our country. I believe that is a guiding ideology in trying to fulfill, actually, the dream that the NAC administration had when they set up the Konza Digital Center, Madam Speaker. I have visited that place, and Madam Speaker, if you visit that place today, you will understand and appreciate that there is big potential and the opportunity to employ thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of young people if we achieve, Madam Speaker, and provide them with the necessary support that is needed. That's why this bill is extremely important, and I have sat down, Madam Speaker, for all those hours waiting for an opportunity that we consider this bill, add our thoughts, Madam Speaker. I have seen that our colleagues in the ICT committee have proposed a raft of amendments. I have just scanned through their report, which is available on our, what is it called, the IT system, Madam Speaker. And there are many things that they are proposing to amend. And I agree with actually almost all of them. There may be one or two that I'll need further convincing or to understand the perspective from which, Madam Speaker, the members of ICT are speaking to us about. But the objective of this bill will actually provide us with a comprehensive framework to establishment of a Technopolis in Kenya and create this authority known as the Technopolis Development Authority, which is responsible for the development, governance, planning, management, improvement, and maintenance of every Technopolis that is available. That's a point I was speaking to Senator Osotsi, that as we speak today, it's only Konza that we can refer to. But it will be my wish that this is set up in the different parts of the country. Madam Speaker, you know, for example, that in Bomet, where Senator Sigei comes from, that there are young people there who I am yet to understand their operation procedures, Madam Speaker. They don't go to any university. You will never find them trained. They barely even speak English, Madam Speaker. But the things they can do when they are placed in front of a computer, Madam Speaker, I still feel that actually we are not treating them correctly, because many of them, after they have hacked into Safaricom servers, bank systems, we only arrest them and take them to jail. I believe, Madam Speaker, that much as what they are doing is wrong, you need to harness more than just, apart from punishing them, Madam Speaker, you need to understand them better also and establish this knowledge that they have. Is it something that we can tap into as a country, Madam Speaker? Because if somebody has not gone to school, Madam Speaker, but they're able to crack the hardest of bank security systems and withdraw money from your phone or from your bank systems, Madam Speaker, while you're seated here, Madam Speaker, that person deserves more than prison. You can have them in prison, Madam Speaker, but also have them teach or earn while they're still there and sustain their families, Madam Speaker. I don't want to lose track, but it's just to make the point, Madam Speaker, that apart from Konza, we will need so many other technologies.